Have you ever felt like you're living in a loop, making the same mistakes over and over? Or maybe you felt a deep, profound loneliness, even when surrounded by people? Today, we're diving into a book that turns these feelings into a sprawling, magical epic, Gabriel García Márquez's masterpiece, 100 Years of Solitude. This isn't just a book review. We're going to uncover the powerful, life-changing lessons hidden within its pages, lessons about breaking cycles, finding connection, and living a more purposeful life. First, let's journey to the mythical town of Macondo. It all begins when José Arcadio Buendía and his wife, Ursula Guarin, flee their past and found a utopian village, so isolated that the outside world feels like a dream. Gypsies bring strange wonders like magnets and ice, sparking a relentless curiosity in José Arcadio that eventually drives him mad. Ursula, the family's unshakable matriarch, lives for over a century, holding the family together as it spirals through 7 generations of chaos and wonder. The story is famous for its magical realism, where the extraordinary is treated as completely normal. A young woman named Remedios the Beauty ascends to heaven while folding laundry. The blood from a man's murder flows through the streets in a thin, determined line, all the way to his mother's kitchen. And after a horrific massacre, it rains for 4 years, 11 months, and 2 days straight. These fantastical events aren't just for a show. They capture the surreal reality of Latin American history, a world of political turmoil, colonialism, and breathtaking resilience. At the heart of the story is Colonel Aureliano Buendía, a figure of tragic idealism. He leads 32 failed revolutions, fathers 17 sons who are all assassinated on the same night, and spends his final years locked away, endlessly crafting and melting down tiny golden fish. His life is a powerful symbol of feudal struggle and the absurdity of war. The family itself is caught in a mesmerizing, tragic loop. Names like Aureliano and José Arcadio are repeated in every generation, and with them, so are the same character flaws and destinies. It's as if they are all trapped in a cycle they can't see, let alone escape. This is the first and perhaps most important lesson from the book, the danger of repeating history without understanding it. The Buendías are condemned to their 100 years of solitude precisely because they never stop to reflect. They forget their past, so they're doomed to relive it. For us, this is a call to action. In our careers, are we jumping from job to job because of the same impulsive decisions? In our relationships, are we falling into the same unhealthy patterns? The book teaches us to break these cycles through conscious reflection. By journaling, practicing mindfulness, or even just taking the time to analyze our past choices, we can interrupt those negative loops and start building a better future. The second major theme is, of course, solitude. Despite living under one roof, the Buendía family is profoundly lonely. They are consumed by their own passions, obsessions, and grief, unable to truly connect with one another. This isn't just a literary theme. It's a modern epidemic. Today, we can feel more isolated than ever, even with thousands of online friends. García Márquez shows us that proximity isn't the same as connection. The lesson here is to actively build meaningful relationships. Studies like Harvard's 85-year grant study prove that strong social bonds are the #1 predictor of happiness and longevity. So, join that club, call that friend, and invest in your community. It's the most powerful antidote to the Buendía curse. As Macondo grows, it connects with the outside world. A railroad arrives, and with it, an American banana company. At first, this progress seems wonderful. It brings electricity and jobs. But it quickly turns into exploitation. The company abuses its workers, leading to a massive strike. The government responds by massacring thousands of strikers and then completely erasing the event from history, denying it ever happened. This fictional event is directly inspired by the real-life banana massacre of 1928 in Colombia, where the United Fruit Company and the Colombian military suppressed a workers' strike. García Márquez uses this to deliver a searing critique of imperialism and historical revisionism. It's a chilling reminder of how powerful forces can manipulate reality and erase the suffering of the powerless. For us, this is a lesson in critical thinking and social responsibility. The book urges us to question official narratives, to stand up against injustice, and to remember the stories that others try to make us forget. Preserving memory, both personal and collective, is an act of resistance. The novel also teaches us about adaptability versus blind conformity. When the banana company arrives, Macondo is destroyed because it can't handle the shock of modernization. The Buendias are swept away by forces they don't understand. In our own rapidly changing world, this is a crucial lesson. We can't just blindly follow trends. We need to be adaptable, to diversify our skills, and to cultivate a resilient mindset. The book shows us that true strength lies not in resisting change, but in learning how to navigate it with wisdom and foresight. As the story reaches its end, the cycles of incest and solitude culminate in a final, tragic union. The last Aureliano has a child with his aunt, Amarant Ursula, fulfilling an ancient family prophecy. The baby is born with a pig's tail, a symbol of their ultimate degeneration. As the infant is carried away by ants, Aureliano finally deciphers a set of ancient parchments written by the gypsy Melquiades. He discovers that the parchments contain the entire history of his family, written 100 years in advance. He reads about his own life as it's happening, and as he reads the final sentence, a hurricane of apocalyptic wind wipes Macondo and the entire Buendia line from the face of the earth. The prophecy is fulfilled. Races condemned to 100 years of solitude did not have a second opportunity on Earth. This ending is devastating, but it's also incredibly profound. It's a warning that a life lived without connection, without memory, and without love is doomed to vanish as if it never existed. So, what can we take away from this epic tale to improve our own lives? First, break your cycles, reflect on your patterns, and make conscious choices to change them. Second, fight solitude with genuine connection. Your relationships are your greatest asset. Third, value your history and the history of others. Memory is a tool for justice and growth. Fourth, embrace adaptability and find purpose beyond mere material gain, unlike the Buendias who were consumed by their fleeting obsessions. And finally, blend a little bit of that magical realism into your own life. Use your imagination to solve problems, find wonder in the everyday, and dare to believe in a better world. 100 Years of Solitude is more than just a story. It's a mirror reflecting our deepest fears and our greatest hopes. It shows us that while we may be destined for solitude, we have the power to choose connection. We have the power to learn from the past and to write a different future, one where we get a second chance on Earth. Thanks for watching. If you've read the book, share your biggest takeaway in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more content that explores the powerful ideas in great literature. See you next time.